KDB.
City boy, city boy.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
City boy, city boy.
It's fact.
The NFL season is going strong, and DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking up new customers with an offer that's even stronger. Bet $5 on any game this week and score $200 instantly in bonus bets. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game this October. That's a lot of Cowboys games for you to gamble on. Get in on the game day greatness. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5 on the NFL. Use code VOCH on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the National Football League. The crown is yours.
Beats Planet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up? Man, I ain't gonna hold y'all today, boy. I'm just not even gonna lie to you. Like, a part of me felt like I should come on here and lie to you, because, lie's okay sometimes. You can't lie about big shit like, whether the kid is yours.
It's fact. Yes.
You can't lie about that, but I think sometimes you can lie to your audience, And the big lie I was going to tell to my audience is, hey, y'all, let's break down the Giants today.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction.
Man. I was about to straight up lie to you if I'd have told y'all I'd have came up in here talking about some, hey, man, we about to break down the Giants to their very last molecule. We about to be in business, Voch, you hear me? But, boy, I just feel like that just wouldn't be it wouldn't be great content. Because I mean, listen, this is my whole thing. Everything I told y'all about the Giants, right? Shouts out to the Blue Flame, by the way, and all the essential workers at the Blue Flame. They're important. We broke down the Giants before. We did it early in the season. And it was cool. It was a cool thing that we did. But ultimately, I gave like the rundown or whatever. And at the end, I was like, all right, but this is how we're gonna beat the shit out of the Giants. Like that was my process or whatever. That was what we was gonna do. Phone's open for a little while. I was like, that's the plan, right? This is how we're gonna beat the shit out of the Giants. And not only did the Cowboys beat the Giants, they beat them a little worse than what I thought they was gonna do. Wait, hold on one time. I messed up. There you go.
Did you hear what I said?
We smoked them children a little more than what I thought we was gonna do, right? It was way, way worse than what it was gonna do, right? Here's the problem. The Giants have somehow gotten worse since we played them last time. And this is a good thing, right? Let me just do this.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Hey, Foxy.
And this is just a mixtape.
VOCHLOMBARD. I'm being point guarded by the best in the business, Master William Skywalker Steele.
Gotta be handy with the Steele, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Not today. It's just part of the intro.
No way.
Will Steele ain't here. It's just part of the intro. It's just muscle memory, right? All right. Now I got that out the way. Be sure to download everything, follow everything. This is my thing, right? With the Giants getting worse or whatever. Is that what I said? Giants getting worse. I mean, I just can't in good conscience, give y'all like a solid breakdown on this team that I will say this though. The best part about all this, right, is I love when you can shut a fan base down and make them look, kind of silly. Eagles fans, we just gonna be dealing with them for a while. It just is what it is, right? And I honestly feel like the team's fans that you're most annoyed with is how good or bad that team is, right? So once upon a time, I used to hate watching football Wizards fans. I couldn't stand them, but they was the ones that was beating up on us. They was the ones that was, they'll hurt Tony whenever they play. They'll beat us on Thanksgiving. So I hated the Washington football Wizards, right? The Washington football Wizards start, playing like trash. I don't necessarily hate the Washington football Wizards anymore. I don't see their fans as much, right? Giants fans were annoying. They went away, but then they kind of came back this year talking about what they were or were not going to do. And boy, you get reminded of why you don't like Giants fans, right? You just get reminded of why you don't like Giants fans. But boy, it has been quiet. Hush. Silencio. Can anybody tell me the quiet word in French? It has been all that. It has been all that, bro. And I'm happy to be able to go through this week not having to deal with them. Right now, the problem is that we dealing with Eagles fans. That's the nonsense. But Giants, it's just been relatively quiet from them. And I'm interested in what was the big crumble about? What was the big crumble about? I like to rehearse shit talk. Okay. I don't know if y'all do it, but I rehearse shit talk. Sometimes I'll sit in the truck or I'll be on the way to the gym or I'll be in the sauna or something like that. And I'll think about what I'm going to say to a team's fans if they try to talk shit to me. Right. And one of my favorite things I always say about Giants fans are, boy, they'll just let anybody be coach of the year. Huh? They'll just say anything. Goddamn coach of the year. Huh? Right? Like I was willing to go there about Dayball. Right. And I was cool for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, Dayball, you're coach of the year 4 times in a row. Let's see what you on this second time, right? Let's see where you at with it. And Dayball got all this credit, just like Solid did last year, for taking a team that we thought was going to be garbage and winning something with them, right? Nobody wanted to tap nobody on the shoulder and go, well, but the East, us, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Washington football Wizards. Not only did we have the easiest schedule to get into the playoffs or whatever, right? Just that year, just the easiest schedule. But dog, you can't really give the Giants credit for beating Kirk Cousins and them in the playoffs, right? So Giants fans had this whole new thing about them, right? They had this whole new energy, this new feel, and this new attitude, and they just knew that Paris Campbell was going to be the one that was going to change the coach. They just knew that Darren Waller was going to be the one that was going to come out here and change the coach. Daniel Jones getting paid, he's going to somehow get better, and he's going to change the coach. Tyrod Taylor played better than him, right? So it's just interesting to see their fall. But I mean, how did they fall? Why did they fall? You can say that they got better as a team, that they got more guys than they had last year, man. But when the Cowboys played against the Giants week 1, boy, it was just bitch. Like, where was all these guys at? Where was these pieces? Where was these role players? Where were these dudes that got so much better last year than this year? But that, So if a Giants fan can't tell me nothing then, and then the Giants get blown out by the Cowboys in week 1, it ain't gonna rain in Dallas. What in tarnation do I have to talk about this week, chat? What is there this week for me to talk about? And shit, my answers, I ain't got nothing. Right? So what we gonna do today is I got a list of things that I do want to just kind of touch on a little bit. This is a solo show. Will's still not here, in case y'all ain't noticed. It's just a solo show today. One thing that I do want to touch on is what are things that I'm looking for the Cowboys to do versus the Giants. Like, how can we get better? Like, what should we be working towards playing versus the Giants, right? I saw somebody in the chat box earlier, and I'm still not watching the chat, by the way. I'm still not watching the chat. Somebody was like, Voch, you said the same thing about the Cardinals. Right, I did, but I also said the same thing about the Jets, and I said the same thing about the Patriots, and I said the same thing about the Chargers. I said the same thing about all these teams that we can, that we can beat the shit out of, right? I mean, Voch feels like I can win all the games. Pardon me, that the Cowboys can win all the games. I'm not superstitious in that way. Some people was like, hey man, whenever I start talking crazy about another team, man, we lose. It's false. I talk crazy about the team every single week. It's just that if the team is really bad, I'm gonna say that team is really bad. What do you want me to say about a team that started Tommy DeVito? Is that even his name? I don't even know his name. I ain't know. Tommy DeVito. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. That motherfucker look like a Tommy DeVito. Hey, listen, but that's what we're dealing with this week, right? And I just feel like this is a week where we just got to show up and play. I just got to feel like this is a week where we just show up and play, man, and we'll just cross that bridge whenever we get there. What I would love for the chat to do, what I would love for the audience to do, just to play a little experiment, I want y'all to look and see how many Giants fans we actually see today. I want y'all to just to keep note, just to keep tally, right? Because in week 1, they was all up in here. It was hashtagging Big Blue all day, every day, no problem, chat. I just want y'all to keep eyes on the chat for me real quick and just keep it safe around there. And just keep it safe around there, right? And just if we see a Giants fan, like, hey, bro, how you feel? How you feel? And at the end of the exercise, y'all can take me at the end of the show, like, hey, yo, Voch, we saw 7 Giants fans today. That's it. Or we saw 3 Giants fans today. And they wasn't even mean. They was just saying nice stuff today, Voch. But anyway, my analysis of the Giants. Here we go. Let's get into it. So here's my thing about Martavis Bryant, right? Here's my thing about Martavis Bryant. And I had a little time to think of it. I would love to know what y'all think about Martavis. I may not look in the chat box necessarily, but y'all can call in if you would like. Here's my thing about Martavis. And then we're gonna get into things that I want us to do versus the Giants or whatever. Interesting, because y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, right? When Rashaan Evans came in, it was like Dallas Cowboys working out 15 some odd people, and we'll see. We'll just see. Nothing imminent is on the table. There's no real treachery afoot here, but we just got like 12 people working out, right? And Rashaan Evans was the one that was in NFL shape. He was most ready to go. So they looked at Rashaan Evans and they said, all right, cool, Rashaan, here you go. Here's an opportunity to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just assuming that you got to be in shape to pass that testing type situation, right? Like you have to be in some type of football shape to pass that testing, some type of physical fitness to pass that testing. Will McClay he's in charge of all this thing, right? He's in charge of all of this, and we can't be sometimesy about it, right? We can't be sometimesy about it. Go Big Blue. Hey, that's one of them. We can't be sometimesy about Will McClay. That's authentic. That's 2 of them. Authentic will be sending people up in here. Hey, for real though, I support YouTube channels that do it the right way with quality content and quality visuals and all that, and they put thought into their work and they just don't go for clickbaity bullshit, and they really love this shit for real. Authentic is a Giants fan. He's in the chat right now. Let's see, is he on the volume or the Voch side? He ain't on the Voch side, so he on the volume side. All right, cool. There you go. Yeah. Over on the volume side, y'all will see him down there. Authentic. Hey, he's a Giants fan, but he does things the right way. He also talks about the whole National Football League, and he also talks about fantasy football. If y'all want to go give him a listen, please do so. He does great work. Martavis Bryant, right? We can't halfway trust Will McClay. Y'all see how I get right back into their content. We can't halfway trust Will McClay. We can't come out here and be like, oh, I trust Will McClay to acquire these players, these unknown players, but I'm not going to, trust him to, get these guys or whatever, right? We have to 100% have some type of faith in Will McClay. I can't just halfway support him. So if he came out to work out, I'm talking about Martavis Bryant, right? If he came and worked out 2 weeks after, okay? 2 weeks after all these other characters worked out and only one qualified to work out, I mean, one like passed the workout, I guess, and that's Rashaan Evans. We were talking about Brandon Smith, former Penn State guy, linebacker, pass rusher, big dude. They called him like fake Michael Parsons and all that whole thing. All those dudes didn't pass the test. They were here because the Cowboys were interested, but none of them boys passed the test. Rashaan Evans passed the test because he seems to be an adequate football player at this point. Now, chat. I ain't saying Martavis Bryant about to come in here and change the culture. I ain't saying Martavis Bryant about to come in here and push Michael Gallup off the bridge.
Did you hear what I said?
Because I know how y'all do. I'm just saying Martavis Bryant is at least here. One, because the Cowboys wanted him to work out. Two, Will McClay saw that workout and went, I bet. And the fact that he's here means something to me. Yes, you have to temper expectations. Yes, you have to temper expectations. But one thing that really made me think about it, chat. I put my hand on my chin and I just did like this about 5 times and I really thought about it, right? This isn't a roster, Cowboys. This isn't a roster that does a whole bunch of playing around with its practice squad spots. I'm getting busy. This ain't a roster that does a whole bunch of playing around with its practice squad spots, right? Some teams can't draft well, some teams aren't very active, so they got dudes hanging around on their practice squad that really don't matter. The Cowboys got dudes on their practice squad that they're either thinking about using next year or they're going to elevate this year to some extent, right? They're all important. You don't cut some of these dudes because these dudes eventually end up on the damn team. Tyrus Wheat, for example, hybrid linebacker, pass rusher dude, Mike linebacker guy, undrafted from Mississippi State. We was in the Patreon watching film on him, right? And we was like, hey man, what if Tyrus Wheat just one day ends up on this active game day roster? And sure enough, it was like week 6 when it happened. It was like week 6, right around the time when Sam was talking about some free me or something, week 7, something like that. Tyrus Wheat worked himself onto this game day roster. You can almost, I don't want to say guarantee, but you can almost in good faith, right? In good confidence say, if you're on the Cowboys practice squad, you're worth something to us. I don't think this is just a random shooting dice in the bathroom situation, right? I think Martavis Bryant may be worth something to us. And this wouldn't be the first time the Cowboys have found a player on the, I don't want to say trash heap because that might be disrespectful to what they're trying to do. But this wouldn't be the first time the Cowboys took somebody that was unemployed, gave them boys a job, and they gave us something, right? At the end of the day, we didn't trade for him, and that's cool. At the end of the day, we're paying what, $38 for him in total? Cool, fine, perfect. But anything Martavis Bryant gives you is a positive. Here's the best part about it right now. You don't need Martavis Bryant this year at all. Because if I could be real about it, chat, I'm just queuing up I'm queuing up the word call one more time. I don't want to queue. I'm queuing up the hear what I said slap. Because to keep it a buck with you, we don't know how to use the damn wide receivers we got in the first place.
You hear what I said?
If I'm just keeping it a buck with you, we don't know how to use them wide receivers in the first place. But if I could just, redirect this to, to some other situation, right? We always talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. We talk about how them boys leave no stone unturned. And this is where I'm going to tie it all in the boat, right? We talk about them boys leaving no stone unturned. I wonder what stone this is. $39 a year. Appreciate you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Leave no stone unturned. The Philadelphia Eagles last year in particular, they had a really good run defense. Their D-line was really good. Really good D-line. And it was like 2 weeks or so, right? Like a week and a half where the Eagles had questionable run defense. You know what they did? They went and found 2 fat old men and Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph, I believe. They found 2 fat old men. And I can say this, I'm an ex-offensive lineman. 2 fat old men that was a little heavier than their original playing weight. And they just brought them dudes right in to be help guy. They wasn't going to come in and be better than Hargrave and Fletcher Cox, but if they better than your 3rd and 4th guy, let's boogie. Let's boogie. That's what's interesting about this, right? And let me just offer you another layer of this whole Martavis thing that could be something, right? I don't think Martavis Bryant is going to do very much, but my opinion don't even matter. But if Martavis Bryant can be somebody that, let's just say he's like head and shoulders better than Michael Gallup. I'm just curious at how y'all would feel about me saying something scary like that. Let's just say he's head and shoulders better than Michael Gallup. What do we do? What if Martavis Bryant, because he has enough name clout behind him, right? Like, what if he just comes in and he's just a better all-around dude than him? If you think about Kevontae Turpin and the type of receiver he is, he's more of a gadgety slot dude. He's a gadgety slot dude, right? Your only true ex-receiver is Michael Gallup. Your only true ex-receiver is Michael Gallup. See, he can do it sometimes, and it's matchup dependent. Brandon Cooks does a lot of flanker business, and that's fine. Jalen Tolbert is versatile. He moves around. Turpin gets in where he fits in, and y'all know CeeDee Lamb is slot to X to Z guy. He's wherever he can get his 12 targets from. I don't think this is terrible in the grand scheme of one. What if he's an X guy that you don't have? But this is what I really think this is. And this is my final answer on what I really think this is. Warcall, get ready for this one. I think this is cover your ass insurance for next year. Hey, man. Martavis Bryant's eligible. We feel like he can do something. Let's bring him in for a workout. Let's figure this out. He played in the XFL, the EFL, the CFL. He played Madden, the QFL, Canadian Football League, the fan football contest. He was on the Olympic 7-on-7 team. He did everything but National Football League football, chat. What if while he's getting his feet under him, right? What if it's a year-long process of him doing that, which is fine because we only paying him $38 and we didn't give up a draft pick to get him. Right? He's on this team going into next year. For one, Brandon Cooks costs a lot of money. We keep talking about every week, hey, when are we going to get Brandon Cooks going? Brandon Cooks costs in the double-digit millions. If Brandon Cooks can't get figured out, he can go. If Brandon Cooks can't get figured out, I don't want to pay double-digit dollars for him. Double-digit $1 million, he can go. Hypothetically, right? Because I hope Brandon Cooks gets going, right? So let's just say Brandon Cooks ain't here next year. What if you absolutely sick of Michael Gallup and he's not here for you next year? Cool, you move on from Gallup. Your wide receiver room is naked as hell. Bucket naked as hell. naked is your wide receiver room right now. So now you got to ask yourself, man, if you lose out on Michael Gallup and Brandon Cooks, and that may not be a whole bunch of losing out, this is a protect your ass type situation, right? This is a cover your butt situation. So now your wide receiver core next year looks like CeeDee Lamb for sure, Jalen Tolbert for sure, Kevontae Turpin for sure, draft pick for damn sure, and you can sprinkle in Martavis Bryant to see where he fits in. That's what I think this is, chat. I just think this is an opportunity to get above, to get above it all, to get in front of the 8-ball and just figure this whole thing out. I don't think Martavis does a thing for you unless somebody gets. Unless we get code 13, code 3, I don't think you see Martavis Bryant very much. But hey, in case. Meanwhile, somebody asked Martavis Bryant, what does he have left? Martavis Bryant said this. Well, shit. Well, I gotta hit the volume button. It's volume. Shit. And then Martavis Bryant said this after I said volume.
You have left.
Sky's the limits for me, man. I know I'm 31, but still fast, still big, still want to play football. I haven't lost anything, you know. It's more of a proving point to me, you know. I got a lot of daughters out there. It's more of me proving it to myself that I still got it.
Hey man, how many 31-year-olds in athletics can say sky's the limit for me? Oh boy. And dang, boy, the first thing I said was, hey man, I'm in the best shape of my career territory.
It's fact.
But I ain't want to get into it with him like that. I ain't want to, I ain't want to cross that road. But if you look at his highlights that he put out on Twitter, just his workout stuff, he included some of his GPS numbers and things like that. So if you have social media, if you're on Twitter, you can stumble across some of those things. And I like what he said, man. Just keeping it real simple. Let me go find and see what he said.
I know I'm 31, but still fast, still big.
Still fast, still big, man. You can't be still fast and you can't be still big at the end of the day. We just got to figure out, can you play football still for real? And these dudes don't forget how to play football. They just get old. But if he's been working out this whole time and he's been winning on natural ability this whole time, then hey, so be it. Here's the other clip. Somebody asked about his, I think Clarence Hill in particular asked about his 40 time, which is, I don't think many of these guys run 40s when they this old, but you never know. But here's what he said about his 40.
I ran the 40 here, but I don't really know the time. But I've been running like 22 or 23 miles per hour, so I'm still moving pretty good.
Now I'm an idiot. Can somebody translate 20? What do you say? 22? Hold on. Here we go.
Per hour, so I'm still moving 23 miles per hour. So
23. I'm an idiot and I don't do the analytic stuff. Can somebody translate to what dude runs 22, 23 miles an hour? What dude run 20? Like how fast like Michael be driving? Because Martavis Bryant, the type of player that he is he's tall Brandon Cooks guy. He's deep ball guy. He's 9 route guy. He's slant guy. He's post guy. That's what he runs. DK run about 22, 23 miles an hour. Okay. Not with pads on. That's fair. So he might be running like 19, 20. But hey, DK ran his without pads on too, right? Allegedly. Cause I don't know. I'm an idiot. I don't know. 22 miles is like, it's like driving on the street where houses are. They don't have speed bumps in the hood, do it? I don't know. If you let this clip keep running, he's about to say. He says that? Can't tell he don't say that. He better not. That's about a 4.4 to 4.5. Hey, look, it's faster than Gallup.
Fact. Yes. A similar event did take place.
Hey man, I don't want me to say though. But yeah, that's Martavis Bryant, man. 20 miles an hour fastest clock for Tyreek in pads in game. Hey man. Cowboys know better than me. I'm just here to be a fan and talk about shit that I see, bars. I just got to see it when I see it. You feel me? Anyway, last call for alcohol. I can't speak today. Last call for alcohol, man. If y'all want to tap into the show, go ahead and get on there. Cause once it's gone, it's gone. Here are 5 things that I want to see the Cowboys get going versus the New York Giants. I think this will be a Cowboy W. I think it'll be a Cowboy W, right? But there are certain things that we have to do when we're, talking about Cowboy W's, right? We ain't just gonna roll out there and they just gonna give us the game. Because if I can say anything about the Giants, I feel like their defense has gotten better. Just me watching them over the past couple of weeks, I feel like their defense has gotten better. It's just that they were really bad on offense and they have gotten worse on offense. That's the only thing there. But I don't think they're just gonna like give you the, you know what I'm saying? Thibodeau's coming into his own as a pass rush and things like that. And Dexter always gonna be Dexter. Leonard's gone. Leonard Williams gone. He's a Seattle Seahawk now. You know what I mean? So like, there's some things for us to talk about here. But one thing that I want to see for sure is I don't want us to play down the competition. Right? There's an old adage in the football coaching community or whatever, and it's if you do it right, you do it light. You do it wrong, you do it long. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, hey man, if you're lazy, you come out here flopping around, you're gonna put in way more work than you intended to do. You know what I'm saying? If you just do it right the first time, you wouldn't have to worry about it. So where we at with this?
The conference has been locked.
So where we at with this, man? Like, you don't want to go into a 4-quarter game with the Giants. You want to take care of business and you want to put Cooper Rush out there. That's what you really want to do. You understand? So don't play down the competition here. Like, just go out there, take care of your business, do your thing. We talked about this earlier, but get Brandon Cooks involved, right? If there's a game that you want to get Brandon Cooks involved, it'll be these easier games. Like now there's a theme in my list of 5 things or whatever that I want the Cowboys to get into is like, hey, take these next 3 games to figure out what you need to figure out. You know how in preseason games or like preseason practice, and I don't mean to disrespect the Giants at all, but in preseason games or preseason practice, fans always say, hey, if you're gonna make a mistake, make one now, because when the season starts, you don't want to make those mistakes. This is a more like higher level of that though. The Cowboys got 5 ridiculous games coming up. I don't want to say ridiculous, but they got 5 tough games coming up. Seattle Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, and Lions. They got tough games coming up, right? But in this game, this next, few games or whatever, this, next 3 right here, this stretch, Giants, Panthers, and Washington Football Wizards, dog, these are the games where you go out there and you figure it all out, man. Like, hey, what's this scheme look like in real action? What do these audibles look like in real action? Hey, what are some of our favorite goal line plays versus real teams? Hey, what are we gonna like? Because when we go against these good teams, we can't make mistakes against these good teams. The Giants will offer you a handful of mistakes. They'll offer you a handful of mistakes, but you still have to execute in the grand scheme of this thing. All right, don't take these dudes like they're a bad team, whether they are or not. You feel me? Get Cooks involved. Don't play down to your competition. Another one is stay consistent in run defense. I think one of the Cowboys' superpower this year is that we have been very good versus the run all year, except for the Cardinals game. But that Cardinals game don't exist. All the rest of the games, the Cowboys have been pretty good versus top tier running backs and top tier run defenses. Running offenses or whatever. And the New York Giants were one of them, whether it be Daniel Jones running around and Saquon Barkley running around. Now, Danny Lee Cousin is a quarterback that's gonna run around a little bit, but he'll also let you sack him and he'll let him throw the ball to you. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep your eyes open and just, stay ready for that. But in terms of just flat out run defense, Saquon is healthy. Saquon is back. So keep being a good run stopping defense and everything else will be good to go. Also, while we're doing this, it'll be fantastic to just set shit up for the rest, like give looks for the rest of the season. Give looks for the rest of the way. I hate that Mike McCarthy has this idea that he needs to save the best plays for later. But if you're going to put out some, we'll call it like film bait or something like that, right? We'll give a look that we want to put on film to make people think that we're doing something or whatever. My coaches would call it film bait or something like that. Now's the time to put something on film. And if you want to build on it later, cool. So I'm gonna give the Giants this play. put it on film. Maybe I might even do it twice since it's bait, since we ain't really trying to run it. We're just trying to show it. And then when we get to Seattle game, we're going to take that same play, but throw a different look off of that look. That's what I mean by take this game, use that, and set up yourself for those last, 5 or 6 games or so. That's what I think. All right. Voch, check out. Hey, it's not draft season. It is not draft season, but I'll get to him at some point. And the last thing that I think the Cowboys need to do is try to figure out this run game, man. I think you're gonna need run game for them last 6 games and for those first, for all the playoff games, honestly. For the playoff games and those last 6 games, you're going to need the run game. You're going to need Tony to get going. But also, don't just get Tony involved, because we see Tony every single week. We know what Tony is at this point. Rico Dowdle and Hunter Lipke. There is room for them in this offense. There's room for them in this offense. Instead of running some jet sweep with some wide receiver or tight end that I don't like, man, Peyton Hendershot got more carries than what? Hunter Lipke got 2 more carries than Peyton Hendershot. Peyton Hendershot hadn't been active in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And Hunter's been here this whole time, bro. Like, we need to get those dudes going. I don't think the run game is necessarily a problem. I just think we're asking the wrong dudes to run the wrongs when we're running. That makes sense? Why you want Tony running up A gap? Why you want Rico running outside and taking them right off? You have Hunter Lipke with a goal line touchdown. Why don't you give it to him on 3rd and short? You got to do that. But it is what it is, man. Chad, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. That's all I got for y'all today, man. That's all I got for y'all today. Actually, I had another point too. Here we go. Eastside Harold's in the chat box attempting to bother me about something, and I saw this on Twitter, and somebody else hit me up about it. It was like, Voch, what's your thoughts on the idea that Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz had the big yardage numbers or whatever, right? Eastside Harold said Noah Brown had 150 yards and Dalton Schultz had 130 Sunday. Voch, okay, perfect. Okay, it's week 10, bro. Where they been all year? If you want to look at what Dak Prescott was doing with Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown, he had those dudes looking like reputable football players all year. This might be Noah Brown's 2nd game where he did anything. Dalton Schultz, he been getting a lot more active, but hey, shouts out to Dalton Schultz. He's doing his thing. I think he has the exact same numbers as Jake Ferguson, right? Here's the difference. Jake Ferguson make $38 a year, bro. The problem with Dalton Schultz is that we didn't want to pay Dalton Schultz. And to be fair, you're not getting anything from Dalton Schultz that we can't get from any tight end, let alone somebody that's better than Dalton Schultz, named Jake Ferguson, right? And Eastside Harold, this is my last point, right? And look, I don't want to let Eastside Harold make me not like the Houston Texans and what they're doing. Eastside Harold is annoying. But I really like CJ Stroud. But I've been like CJ Stroud. And I got a bunch of players that play for other teams. So it is what it is. Trey, tell me how that's false, and Eastside, tell me how that's cap. And one more thing that I think is most important in this conversation in particular, Dalton didn't accept the offer. Okay, Trey, you can semantics. Dalton left. We didn't bring Dalton back. Dalton costs money. That's the problem, bro. Dalton costs money, and we're getting from a tight end to make $38 what you getting from Dalton Schultz for making how much, Trey? Can somebody Google that real quick? How much Dalton Schultz making is much more than 30. It's much more than $38 a year. Tell me how much Dalton Schultz making. But this is my biggest point, and I don't want this to sound like shit talking, nothing like that. I don't want it to sound like shit talking nothing. But here's my thing. Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz are actually perfect for what the Texans are doing. I think Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz are actually pretty solid to serviceable players. $7 million is ridiculous. I think Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown are solid to serviceable players. But chat, if y'all watch my show every single day and you heard what I said about Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown, what was my point? My biggest point was Dak Prescott can beat anybody with them dudes, and they not good. Just to keep it a buck with you, CJ Stroud is giving them volume. There's no way if you're trying to be a championship team that's responsible for facing the best defenses in the league. Noah Brown can't be your number 2 receiver in that. That was my biggest point. That's my biggest point in all this. Noah Brown in Houston is behind Tank and Nico, correct? And Nico Collins being a 1/2 guy is interesting. It's very interesting. But anyway, Noah Brown's like the 3rd dude over there or something. He had a good day out of 10 weeks. Shouts out to you. Dak Prescott earns all these dudes money. Randall Cobb, Cedric Wilson, Dalton Schultz, Noah Brown. Like, Dak made them dudes that money. But when you're trying to play against better teams, you need better dudes. Noah Brown is not a dude. And look, I'm sure when Texans fans, when the Texans turn into like a team contending for real, I'm sure they'll tell you when it's time to fight dudes, you don't bring Noah Brown with you. When it's time to fight dudes for real, you don't bring Noah Brown with you. And if he ain't coming as your second guy. He coming as a team's dude. That's facts. So yeah, shouts out to CJ Stroud and Noah Brown and all them boys. Cooper a different situation. Amari Cooper elite. That's different. That's different. Cooper elite. I wish he was here still. I'll apologize on behalf of the Joneses. Cooper different. But Dalton Schultz and Noah Brown, they doing what they supposed to do for a growing team. But if that team played against the best defense in the league, you'll look at Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz and be like, hey man, this ain't it. This ain't enough. This ain't enough. So that's my whole point about that. Shouts out to Eastside Harold for being a Noah Brown fan. Sick of this. Damn, I wish Amari Cooper was here. Damn, I wish Amari Cooper was here, dog. Anyway, Voch is tough being a Cowboys fan in Houston. Them losers more concerned with us than their own team. I'm just convinced that other team just gonna annoy the shit out of me. Like Eastside Harold, Eastside Harold is really a huge fan. Like he's a fan of ours, man. Like I used to dislike Eastside Harold so much. We just being vulnerable because we're a family here. I used to hate Eastside Harold so much. I'm like, man, how you gonna come at my show every single day and da and boom boom boom. Every day he come over here and he talk bad about my Cowboys and he talk good. And then I thought about it. It just clicked. I had an epiphany. A message from the Lord and the ancestors. Somebody said, Voch, what you just say? I said, Eastside Harold, I don't like him. He come to my show every day and he talk about my Cowboys. And that angel on my shoulder said, my son, you say he come to your show every day? I was like, shit, man, you all right, man. Don't worry about it. I ain't had a problem with Eastside Harold since, dog. I ain't had a problem with Eastside Harold since, bro. Shouts out to the bro. Reek, what up?
Yeah, what's good, Voch? How y'all doing, man? What's going on, Cowboy Nation?
What's good with you, player? What you got for the show today?
I was gonna touch on that with the Noah Brown situation.
Don't worry about it.
Only reason I was gonna say something about that is because I don't like what the Joneses be doing, man. I really believe that the Joneses meddle too damn much, especially with the coaches and how they got these players playing. Because it's like Dak, you see, when Dak plays free and like he plays like himself, Dak is hard to stop. The team is hard to stop, man. And we doing it without a good running game, a good running scheme.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Without elite running backs in the backfield.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, you got to put Dak in the top 5 of quarterbacks in the league.
Sure.
Because he's performing at that height without a dominant running game. Because there's no reason why we get players that come from our team and go to other teams, and then you see them doing stuff that they could have did over here with us, but the mindset of the Cowboys is so much that oh, if they're not making the top dollars, they're not gonna get the football like that. And then when these dudes do get the football in prime time situations, they don't know what to do with it because they feel like they haven't been out there long enough to get any confidence up. You know, it's a confidence thing.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying with, like, as far as Noah Brown, and now we've seen a little bit of something from him. I'm not saying like he's some world beater. No, he's not. He's Noah Brown. But it's good to see people that came from us do a little good, but we wish you could have did it when he was over here with us instead of the ball bouncing off him going to the other team. That's all I got to say about him. But far as the running game and us in the red zone, we got to figure it out because I just didn't understand why even when Rico Dowdle got the ball and he bust down the field for almost 20 damn yards, even though we got a flag on it, why we don't go back to that play? Why we don't go back to him? You know what I mean? He get a couple plays and got to go sit on the bench. Like, come on, man. We can't put it all on Tony Pollard. It just doesn't. It shouldn't work that way.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah. I agree, man. And then somebody asked, they asked Mike McCarthy, how does he feel about the number of carries each running back is getting? And Mike McCarthy said, I'm fine with the carries that we giving out right now. So apparently he ain't trying to make no change, or he's lying to us and saving the good carries for for the playoffs or something. I don't know.
Man, I don't know what. I don't understand that. You got to have your running game going into these cold months. It's about to get cold out here, man. It's getting cold now. And we can't be doing this. We waiting to do anything. Mike McCarthy should not feel like he has that luxury to do stuff like that because, bro, you act like you can't lose your job if we don't make it to the playoffs because you want to hold on to stuff. That's my thing because I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, we just going to automatically make the playoffs. No. We can't just go play the New York Giants and act like we just gonna beat the shit out of them. No, you don't think they feel embarrassed about that 40-point loss we gave them in the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
You don't think they want a little bit of payback for that?
Right.
We can't lay down. This is go time now. But as far as I'm concerned, because like I said before, I want to win these games because I put it like this. I knew we had 7 straight games with the NFC, period. And I was like, I felt like we can go at least 6-1. We got one of the games. We got to win 5 of these games. So by the time we go back to go see, or at least 4 of them. So by the time we go back to see Philly, and we don't know what the Philly record going to be because I'm not too sure about that knee with Jalen Hurts. I don't care what nobody telling me, but them records might be evened up by that time, and then we fighting for that NFC East crown to see who's going to go back on top. So that's where I'm at with it, though, Voch. But other than that, I had nothing else to say. Great show. I'm going to holler at y'all later. All right, peace.
All right, appreciate you, Reek. Will still said, all right, man, peace. He backstage quietly. He said, all right, peace. Me and Will still said peace. Both of us said, all right, peace. Big A, what's up?
Hey, Voch, how you doing?
Man, cool and chilling. What you got for me?
Shoot. Well, I guess I go to a point. I was listening to Skywalker Steele's show. I think it was yesterday.
Right.
The show he had yesterday.
Right. What you say?
And I know he brought up a point about talking about how he wishes the line was doing more of a outside zone scheme over the gap scheme thing.
Yeah.
And granted, I know most offenses tend to run like an amalgamation of all the running schemes in some form.
Sure.
But personally, to me, I think if he's trying to go more zone, I don't know why, but I think Solari's more of a gap guy.
Mm-hmm. Not totally familiar with Solari. I don't really get into coaches and what they did elsewhere. That's more Will Steele's game. But hey, maybe I ain't saying he ain't. I ain't saying you're wrong, but I just don't know what Mike ran when he was with San Fran and them.
Yeah. Well, the only prior coaching job that I know he had was, I believe he was a Seattle's coach, and back in the I think back with Carroll.
Yeah.
And they were running gap stuff.
Sure.
Which kind of probably which there's nothing wrong with running gap, but
sure.
I think that probably explains a lot of the pin and pull stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
That they're doing up there now.
Right.
So, but I feel like if we are gonna run a gap scheme though, I don't know why in the hell we don't run like a power sweep where we pull both of the guards out to the edges.
Hey man, I think I don't know, man. It just blows me away that Mike McCarthy looks us in the face and said, yeah, we got some things that we haven't even got to yet. And I'm just curious to what those things are. And I can only imagine, I mean, what if some of those things are things in the run game? But if I had to make an educated guess, dog, I'm just gonna assume that we ain't gonna be doing a whole bunch of running the football anyway. I just think Tony Pollard is just kind of gonna cap out as a running back that gets about 50 or 60 or so yards a game. He's gonna catch a few, and that's just gonna be where we are. We're gonna be a team that just throws the ball a bunch. I just think that's just what this Cowboys offense is gonna be moving forward.
I got you. I agree with that point. I mean, to be fair, McCarthy, for the most part,
right,
throughout his entire career at Green Bay, he had a running game issue, and I know a lot of people thought it was because he didn't have a running back.
Sure.
I mean, at one point he played a receiver at running back.
Sure.
But the only thing I can give a little bit of hope in is usually for those Packer teams, when they would get down to like the cold months, going into the playoffs. Yeah. Somehow, some way, his running game would start up in some form.
Sure.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, hey man, we'll see though. And and listen, maybe Mike's vision for a good run day isn't 100-yard rusher. Cause look, Tony will consistently get like 50 some yards, but okay, give me 2 seconds because I feel like whenever I see Tony. I feel like chat wilding, by the way. I feel like Tony Pollard game log. I feel like when I look at his game log, I feel like he doesn't really get to the hundreds, but he's always around like 4 yards a carry. So 12 for 51, 4.3 yards a carry. 12 for 53, 4.4 yards a carry. Chargers, he was 15 for 30. That was horrific. Patriots 11 for 47, 4.3 yards a carry. Cardinals, he went kind of crazy, 23 carries for 122 yards, 5.3 yards a carry. Giants 14 carries for 70 yards, 5.0 yards a carry. Then a handful of catches here and there. I think it's something to the idea that maybe we're looking, and not me and you, because we looking at like, can you get 100 yards? Like, can we get 100-yard rusher? I think Mike McCarthy is looking at it as, hey, if he's averaging 4 yards a carry, can we really say the run game is shitty? We just not getting yards, but is it really shitty? You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. Because at the end of the day, if the average is still sitting well, then that you can't say technically speaking that the running game isn't completely inefficient.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense, Big A. Yeah. Hey man, this was a good dialogue that made me think a little more, man. Appreciate you.
Sure, no problem.
Yes, sir. I think it's something to that, chat. I think it's something to that. Let me open the phone back up because y'all.
The conference has been unlocked.
Yeah. Y'all trying to get in here. I'm gonna let a couple more of y'all in. It's 4:00. We got a little time. So hey, call back in, and I'll tap in with you. Frank, what up?
I do, Voch. I love you, bro.
Hey man, love you back, man. Appreciate what you doing right now.
I'm just chilling, man. In my car. You know, I've been listening to you since 2018. Okay. And you speak some good shit, man. Okay. I love you, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Love you too, dog.
You're doing loads of work, bro.
Hey.
I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I lost a daughter.
Yeah.
I lost a mom.
Damn.
I do some shit, whatever, but man, I like listening to you, man.
Hey.
I love you.
Hey, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man. Appreciate you too, man. Appreciate you too. Love you too, dog. Love you too. Hey, man. That's heavy, dog. That's heavy, Frank. My bad, man. That's a little heavy, but go ahead, bro. I got you, man. I got you. Thanks for tuning in to me, dog. What you got for me?
I'm thinking the Cowboys are gonna do some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, for real.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do some good stuff. The defense is strong. Mm-hmm. Offense, yeah, it needs to work. But you know what? Dak Prescott, he's smart.
Yeah.
He's gonna do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna make that shit work. Just like you do, just like I do, just like every father out there does.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I love you, bro. I don't want to take more time, but I love you, man. So peace.
Hey man, I can just kind of hear it in your voice a little bit, you know. Hang in there, bro. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's gonna turn around eventually, man. So just, you know, whatever you do, stay faithful in something, man. You know, appreciate you for tuning in and all that, but just hang in there, bro. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gotcha, bro.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Adrian, what's happening?
What's going on, Voch? How you doing?
What's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
So, people have been talking about the red zone offense not being really good. And I think, we had our answer last year, and it was Zeke, but I think people got upset about his pay. And people need to understand, like, how valuable it is to have an automatic guy who can find touchdowns within 5 yards or less. Because, we have Zeke, last night or on Sunday, and we probably beat Philadelphia by, a score and a half.
Sure.
Because we were getting to the red zone, but when you don't have a lot of faith in Tony, Luke, and Dowdle to get in there with pretty much at a whim, especially when you're facing a front like Philadelphia. We never really had issues with the red zone when we had Zeke, on the roster.
Well, I don't think. Well, last year it was Zeke, sure, but I feel like even if we had like a Zeke type character, right? Let me say what my big problem is, Adrian. Appreciate you, by the way. Let me tell you what my big problem is, right? I think the Cowboys put a lot of stock in names, but I don't think they look at the total player. I think they'll respect the name before they respect what the player really is. Gallup still has more targets than Turpin and Tolbert. That's facts. J-Ron Curse been looking weirder and weirder in coverage, bro. That's just honest, bro. He's looking weirder and weirder in coverage, man. That's just facts. He just looked like he lost a bit of a step. There's a dude on his team, Wanye Thomas, that'll fly all over the damn place. He just, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's something to J-Ron and his name having so much clout behind it, If Van Der Esch would have came back, Marquise Bell would be right back on the bench. But Van Der Esch, I don't know if Van Der Esch even coming back, but hey, if he's not coming back, you're probably going to give Marquise Bell and Damone Clark all year, as you should. It sucks that it takes dudes to get hurt to get the best dude on the field. You know what I'm saying? Because for the longest time, we may not see that this year with Tony, but for the longest time, Tony was the better running back than Zeke. But Zeke being who he was, Zeke ended up taking all the snaps, bro. Just taking snaps away from Tony or whatever. So my whole thing about Zeke is Zeke last year was that guy for us. But what if Rico Dowdle / Hunter Lipke, right? Them two put together, what if they vote trying to make one dude and they're Zeke for us? The problem is that we don't use them. And that just come down to politics. Whack ass politics, bro. If we had an offensive lineman better than Terrence Steele, we wouldn't play him because Terrence Steele's the guy. Terrence Steele got paid here. He's the guy, If we had a free safety better than Malik Hooker, man, he'll play. Jordan Lewis can't get off the field. Izzy can't get on the field. And we played again. And look, the Cowboys just played against a team that had all big ass receivers. They shortest receiver was like what? Devontae Smith, 6'1", 6'2", something like that. We just left Jordan Lewis out there knowing damn well Israel Mukwamu can guard all them guys. I don't know, man. It's something about their favorite player. It's something about the name. It's something about the clout. It's something about something that keeps us from using the best guys, right? If we use Rico Dowdle and Hunter Lipke properly, we wouldn't even be talking about no damn Ezekiel Elliott. We simply wouldn't. AJ Brown 6'2", but AJ Brown 6'2", big as hell. Right? That's different. Even if that's the case, what's stopping them from putting AJ Brown on Jordan Lewis? And that's a whole nother problem. I don't know. I just think sometimes you just gotta do things differently to make things work. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think it's a front office thing. I think the front office, if anything,
the conference has been locked.
The front office, if anything, here's my angle on this. The front office put these dudes in place. Will McClay is part of the front office. Marquise Bell, Wanye Thomas, Rico Dowdle, they here because of front office. It's something different going on. I think it's like some coaching stuff going on. But I don't know. If they use Rico correctly, y'all would be saying Zeke who, just like Vice. Yeah. Just use Rico. We'll be fine. But anyway, Danny, what up?
Good afternoon, Voch. Long time no talk, man. Hope all's well.
What's good, Danny? Life good. I can't complain about nothing. What you got for us today?
Good man. No, I'm just going to keep it on today's topic. First, we're talking about Martavis Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at it this way. If Dak made Cole Beasley, Noah Brown, and Cedric Wilson look good, maybe he could work some magic with this kid if this kid has some speed left in him still.
Yeah. Randall Cobb, you know what I'm saying? Noah Brown, yes, Cedric Wilson, yeah.
And then like I see a lot of guys talking about running backs, I'm a big draft guy. Listen, 2024 is the year of the big running back. I'm going to throw 4 names out there for you. Every name is 6'1" to 6'2", 225 to 250. They're going to go second to 4th round. I got Audric Estime, Notre Dame. The kid's a bowling ball. Bowling ball with knives as running back. He's 6'1", 245. We got Trey Benson, Florida State, Florida. Big kid, too. He's about 220, 225. Brandon Allen from Wisconsin, 6'2", 225, Mauler. Then you got Rocket Sanders from Arkansas. He's like a bigger version than McFadden. And all these, but he had a knee injury this year. So there's probably not going to be a running back in the first round unless one sneaks in at the end. But if we're talking big guys, like I think we all can agree we need a big bruiser. You can get any one of those guys, 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds, in my opinion.
Aldrick from Notre Dame, Raheem from Arkansas, Braylon from Wisconsin, and who was the other guy you said?
Benson, Florida State.
Benson from Florida State, yeah, Cedric Benson. Cool. All right, yeah, I'm not in a rush to get the draft season, but I'll definitely get the draft season at some point for sure. And I've been looking at the big back because we don't always get big backs in the draft. It's like 1 or 2 of them, and teams like fight over them. And I think if there's gonna be a back type that we need next year, it's gonna be like a big back type that's not a fullback like Hunter Lipke is. So cool. I'll look into that at some point, Danny.
You got a great show as always, Voch.
Appreciate you. Salute. Yeah. We're gonna definitely get to it because if I had to bet $20 to a donut, I do think the Cowboys are going to be in the running back market next year in the draft. But we'll cross that road whenever we get there. And I'll just pull up some stuff right here and just look at this while we listen on the phones. All right, let's get Neil on the phone. What's up, Neil?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing, man?
What's good, Neil? What you got for the show?
Hey, so I was just wondering because, through every game that I've seen, it seems like I don't see very much outside runs. I don't see very many sweep plays. I don't see very many toss plays. I don't see stretch plays very often. It seems like it's either them trying to run counter or some type of dive play. Do you think that there's like a logic behind that? Like, do you think that they're trying to wear down defense slowly and not trying to overdo it with Pollard, or you think there's something else to it?
You saying why we run a lot of counter and trap?
No, I'm saying I noticed that they'll run like counter or dive plays like that, but I don't see anything like stretch. I don't see any toss plays. I don't see any sweep plays. It's more or less of like straight to it to a sense.
Honestly, man, I just think your offensive coordinator being a little goofy right now. If it's just up to me, to say what's going on, because sometimes we do. We have a lot of plays where Tyron Smith pulls to the outside, some wide receiver cracks the end, and we work outside. And it'll be one of the best plays in the game. Or we do have a play where we pull Tyler Smith to the opposite side, to the right side, and he'll trap some defensive end, or he'll kick some defensive end, trap some defensive tackle, wrap to some linebacker, and that'll be a play that works for us. But the problem is that we just don't go back to it. We just simply do not go back to it. So Hey man, it's what it is, man. I don't know, but we got run plays that work, but I just think that's just because you have offensive linemen that excel in that. We just don't do it a whole bunch.
It seems like he kind of like McCarthy kind of remind me of what's his name, Dion, the comedian. I forgot what his name is, Dion something. But
Dion Cole.
He did this thing, yeah, and he's like, all right, that joke worked, and then he goes on to the next one. It seems like McCarthy. That's what it seems like McCarthy's doing. He's like, all right, that one worked, so we'll say that play.
I like Dion Cole. That's a good example. I like that.
So I don't know if he's like, all right, we're gonna use that for like later on in the season or what he's doing, but it just seems kind of weird. Last thing quickly is as far as the wideouts are concerned, I'm not sure like what direction they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to make sure that CD knows that he's number one and Ferguson knows that he's tight end one, and then fuck it. Like, you know, I don't understand. You don't use Turpin like you could use him. He's shown like early in the season, like, hey, you know, if you use me in certain unique plays, you know, we can make something happen. Cooks has shown, hey, look, I'm ready whenever you want to throw it downfield. I'm ready for it. And they're just like, I don't know. It's weird. And so, like, I'm not sure, like, whether or not to just – I'm not sure, like, what to look for anymore. Like, I don't even know what to, like, go off of, how to go forward with this. It's just, like, a weird situation. The defense tries to do what they're supposed to do. They've done well enough to keep us in games, but it's like, you know, whenever, you know, the rubber hits the road, whenever somebody other than CD and Ferg is there, it's like there's nothing there. I don't quite understand it. So I'm hoping that we can get back on track to like where it was.
Yeah, we will, man.
Anybody can get the.
Yeah, we will, man. We will. Appreciate you, Neil. Good call, brother. Yeah, it's just it just seems like the offense and the defense at times could just kind of be all over the place, man. We're just looking for some type of not continuity is not what I'm looking for, but just like consistency, cohesion, just whatever. I mean, we just need some of that. We need some of that, and we'll be good to go. 804, what's up? Who this?
How you doing, Voch?
What's good with you?
Today?
What's happening?
I'm doing good, brother. Thank you for asking. I love you and Skywalker's show.
Appreciate you.
I definitely recommend it to family members, just to kind of try to spread this family around.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all helping us become smarter Cowboys fans.
Appreciate you, man. I mean the world to me and Will Steele. He behind stage nodding right now. So yeah. Appreciate both of you. Both of us appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I called you a couple weeks ago. I was referring to Mike McCarthy possibly slowing this game plan down, and I feel like that could possibly be a thing as far as them saving the place for the playoffs. But my question to you about Martavis Bryant is we did see a little bit of, the first time that I can remember them lining up CeeDee Lamb in the backfield. Could they possibly be using CeeDee Lamb part of this run game? Could they be evolving him to like a Deebo Samuels type character? I want to know your thoughts on that. Do you hate it also?
I mean, I don't think CD's big enough to be a Deebo Samuel type character. We could just line up at running back and take carries all the time. But CeeDee Lamb lined up at running back a few times. But it just depends on what the purpose of him doing that is. And if he's going to line up at running back to get mismatches on linebackers, then I'm here for it all day, every day.
I think he could definitely make a little bit more mismatches, give us some more easy buttons in this offense. One thing I do like about what the offense is starting to show is that since this is a new system, we're seeing Dak learn how to operate in this system real time, like basically throwing a baby into a pool, essentially.
Damn.
Throwing a baby in the pool. Basically, I don't know if you saw those videos.
Hell no, I ain't seen no videos of nobody throwing a baby in a pool. No.
Well, basically, we're seeing him learn how to swim on the go.
The hell you doing?
He's operating well.
No, sir. No, you can't baby in the pool. Okay, but I'm listening to you though. But that sounds terrifying.
No. I get what you're saying, but yeah. But we're seeing Dak become basically what you've been calling him. He's a gangster. We see him operate like a gangster in this West Coast offense. Definitely, it's gonna be fun to see. Cowboys Nation, please do not
throw babies in pools, dog. Do that, Cowboy. Hey, don't be like, hey, yo, look, don't go home and tell your wife, hey, I was listening to Voch Lombardi live and I heard you could throw babies in the pool and they'll learn how to swim themselves. Don't say that. Go listen to an expert. Well, go ahead.
Oh man, but yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I just appreciate you guys and your content. Cowboys will be fine. We're getting ready for this playoff run. Let's go start going on this win streak because we need that.
It's all good, bro. What's your name again?
My name is Gavin Canty. Please do not crucify me with Chris Canty's opinions. He don't speak for the whole family.
Nah, it's all good, bro. Just a name
Gavin C.
Gavin C. All right, come on. I'm just gonna put Gavin in. Next time you call in, I know it's you. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. He said, "Don't crucify me for Chris Canty's opinions." That might be his cousin or something. Gavin throw babies in the pool. Then he gonna ask me, have I seen the video? No. No, I ain't seen no video like that. 214, what's up? Who this?
Yo, what's up, man? This is Isaac from Dallas.
Yo, what's up, Isaac? What you got for the show?
Hey, yo, man, I got a few quick points, bro.
Yes, sir.
What are you expecting from Martavis Bryant, bro? Like, what is your friendly expectations?
I think he'll be all right.
Are you not expecting anything at all?
I mean, I'm not necessarily expecting nothing, but let's see how many people in my audience here right now, because everybody, some people may have come in a bit late. Okay, cool. So my whole thing about Martavis, we said this early on the show, is there's a lot of people that work out for the Cowboys that we never hear from again. So the fact that he was invited here for a workout and Will McClay looked at him and he passed that workout and Will McClay was like, I bet. I think that means something. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to come in here and do anything today. If it's a situation where he may, Martavis does something in like 3-5 weeks or something like that, then maybe we can have a conversation. But I'm not getting excited about getting Martavis involved. We can't get our current wide receivers involved. So, maybe it's the next year move.
You think there's a chance that he's any more explosive than Michael Gallup?
I don't know, because Martavis hadn't played. Well, I mean, Martavis been in the XFL, the CFL, the GFL, the Pro Fan Football League. He was on the Olympic flag football trial session. So Martavis been playing football, huh? What's that?
Okay. Nah, I said all of the above. He's been everywhere.
Yeah. So he's been playing some football, and Gallup been feeling the effects of his ACL recovery. So I can't come out and say a dude that I haven't seen play in 5 years, right? I can't come out and say that dude is more explosive or better than Michael Gallup. All I can do is that if he is what he once was, then yes, he'll be more explosive than Michael Gallup.
Okay. Dak Prescott's been playing at a high level, bro. CeeDee Lamb has. First defense been turned up a little bit. Who else do you think can help us get over this hump, man, so that we can win these big games that are close?
Brandon Cooks, Rico Dowdle. Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. Not in that order, but those are your four.
Yeah.
Wanye Thomas. Get him involved too.
It looks like Kurtz has a hip injury or something, bro.
Who?
They're moving like
J-Ron Kurtz? You say
yeah,
Kurtz?
J-Ron Kurtz.
Where you saw that at?
No, I'm saying it looks like he has.
Oh, he just looking like, okay.
Because he hasn't been moving right.
Yeah, man. JK look like he can't turn, man. Like he can't turn sideways or laterally.
Yeah, bro. That's all I wanted to add in today, bro.
Okay.
Appreciate the phone call, man.
Okay, appreciate you, Isaac. Next time you call with no issue, man. Salute.
For sure, bro. Yeah.
Yep. Coach Evans in the chat. What's good with you, dog? I was gonna text you earlier, man, but I got busy. I ended up doing Bleach Report, bro. I was watching some old Natchez High film. Coach Evans is a Baltimore Ravens and a draft YouTuber over at Sip the Tally Films. Y'all should go over there and check him out. He's right there in the chat box right there. Go over there and click him. But he was coaching when I was playing, and you know the team I played for, we did some historic shit, and I just remember everything, like going back and watching the game, Coach. It, like everything was just like coming back to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I just remember this, and we had a left guard that was a kicker, and he missed kicks all year, but this one time in the playoffs, he hit a 30-yard chip shot from the left hash. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, hearing the crowd scream, "Yes, we can!" while we going to beat this other team. I remember the last call. It was like heavy rope 54 keep, and just winning a playoff game versus one of the best teams in the state or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I went on this nostalgia thing earlier, Coach. Now I meant to text you, but Bleach Report came up, so you know, kick their ass all that night. Hey man, we might do that on Patreon. We may watch Natchez High versus Pedal when I was playing. Also, Cowboy fans, Justin Hamilton was playing D tackle and left guard on that team. No, he wasn't playing. He was Justin Hamilton was playing something on that team. He was D tackling something on that team. He was a Cowboy one tech for a while, but me and him went to the same school. We played next to each other, and he's in NFL, I think, still. We might do that on not Patreon. We might do that on Twitch one night, but we'll see. That shit might be 480p and won't even show up on the screen. So I don't know. Hit you up for sure. For sure. We'll go over some calls that we made and some tactics and some shit. Supers. Let's get into him. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. But based on the rules of the internet, you are still anywhere you want to be in the world and kicking it with me anyway. So it's twice as good. All right, today is the 8th. Let's see. The volume size sitting pretty over there. Said nobody talks about Hankins lining up at center. That's the last one we got. But you know what though? Like, what if this is like a Jonathan Hankins move, right? Like just a low key, hey, we got a dude in a spot that we're not good at, and before you know it, like this is one of your better dudes on your team, right? This whole Martavis Bryant thing. I know Hankins was starting, he was on a team, you had to trade to go get him, but I don't know. It's just this feels like a no stone left unturned type move, man. Linval Joseph was on the couch. He was on the couch eating dry cereal when the Eagles called him last year. Hey, and it helped him. It helped the Eagles somehow. So there we go. Cali Cowboy dropped a deuce in the super chat that says we need to go with the best regardless of salary. I agree, sir. But you know how I go, man. Politic. Who else is like that? Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's another guy. Like Tony needs to play a lot less, but you know he's on franchise tag and stuff. Trevon Williams dropped a dime and says, Voch, I just said, here we go, getting on my flight, and this dude said, Cowboys fan, we out here, and Sky plug where you broadcast. Oh, he's telling Sky to plug where you're going to be broadcasting Sunday. I'm coming to Dallas for the game and I want to support. I think lately Sky been broadcasting from his crib. Sky, you been broadcasting from the crib? Sky gave a thumbs up. He said, yeah, he's broadcasting from the crib. So, yeah, ain't no Sky. You don't want to pull up on Sky to watch football with him. That'd be different. Hey, man, Mark Holmes was doing that for a while, man. He was inviting strangers to his house to come watch the game, and Voch is just... I shouldn't keep stuff like this on my desk, but Voch is like, hey, slow down now. What you mean, where's the bathroom? What you looking for, the safe? What you looking for, the safe? What if I got a safe in the bathroom? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell no. But yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. I do that too. Who said this? Trevon. I do this too, man. Just I've filled a lot of things in my life with more here we goes. You know what I'm saying? I just here we go a lot more than I normally do in my life. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Let's see. And I think that is all on this side. Let me come back over here and hit refresh. And that's all we got on this side. All right, cool. Let's wrap this thing up, shall we? No show tomorrow, y'all. I actually planned on doing a show tomorrow, but I couldn't get through 5 minutes of Giants analysis. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I love about Marcus Hardison, right? Marcus Hardison is active on both sides. He's on the Voch and the volume side. But he's so dedicated to the bit that he only drops it on the volume side, so it's always at the volume. Marcus Hardison is really good at this. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and a silent Will Steele today. At the volume, perseverance is absolutely key during this run. Why? Because the man who moves mountains, shit. Why? Because the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Perseverance is absolutely key during this run. Why? Because the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Salute to my brother Voch, Sky, and my Dallas Cowboy family. Hold this L, UNLV, line sleep outside, young pimp, young goat, young pimp, young goat, young. Okay, young pimp, young goat, cool, young lion. Thank you. Marcus also said it's called dedication. Voch, love you, brother. Gracias, man. Love you back. Hey, man, it's fire, bro. It's fire. Marcus Hardison is active on both sides, but he come over here because at the Voch Lombardi just don't make sense. But at the volume, that's the bit. That's the bit right there. It's awareness. Voch, my brother, last time you couldn't think of anything to say about a team, they whooped us. Well, that's not true because I ain't had shit to say about the Patriots neither. Look, that's something I said earlier. There's some new people that came in late. People blame me for the reason why the Cardinals lost because I didn't have great things to say about them. And in real life, I think I had some solid things to say about the Cardinals. Just not a bunch of things about the Cardinals. But I talk like this for every game, for every team. I think we're going to beat every team until we don't beat every team. I felt like we was going to beat the shit out the Patriots and the Giants and the Jets and all those guys. Like Voch feels that way. So don't blame the Cardinals loss on me or a potential trap game from the New York Giants in the second game. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. Love y'all to pieces. Good week of work. We're gonna come back on Sunday. In case anybody's new here, we're normally live Monday through Thursday. Thursday pending. We do a lot more content on the Voch Lombardi YouTube page. We do go live on the volume every single day, but all the content, the film sessions, all the extra interviews and stuff like that. I'm thinking about getting another Brian Broaddus interview going. I mean, because we're friends now. So we may do some more work on that, even though I want to save them till we have some good draft work to talk about, but we'll cross that road whenever we get there. This should be a big draft season for us. So y'all be sure to tune in on the Voch Lombardi side also. Appreciate you. Download DraftKings, hit subscribe on everything, hit like on everything, all of the volumes, social media pages, the Volume Sports. Also my social media, VOCHLOMBARDI, tap in, and patreon.com/Voch Lombardi is where we watch the film. We ain't watched film the past couple of days. It's just been busy, around here doing all this, but we are going to finish up the Eagles work. So tap into the Patreon. I put in some pretty good Tyron Smith work in there, breaking down that O-line and stuff. So Be sure to tap in. All right. Also too, don't let me leave forgetting this. Will still couldn't make it today. He's fine. He's good. He just couldn't make it today. But y'all be sure to tap into his show in the morning, A to Z Dallas on YouTube. A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. Tomorrow's Thursday, so he's gonna have Pat NOC Walker, Dallas Cowboys beat writer, DallasCowboys.com. They're gonna have some good information over there. And I think this morning him and Okoye broke down some film. So I'm actually gonna rewatch that later because every morning I watch Will Steele, and when I can't, I watch it after the volume. All right. Skywalker, Steele. Yeah, cool. And hey, follow Coach Evans on Sip to Tally Films. He's breaking down Baltimore Ravens. I think they're the best team in football right now, and he does fantastic draft work. So Sip to Tally Films. All right, y'all hold it down for the Dose Walks and Peace Whiskey, man. Until next time. Will normally has a fancy little button that's tied to a theme song, that's tied to like a video, and he plays Are You Not Entertained? And I just don't have all that, especially not tied into one button. So really what I just do is I just look in the camera, I just wave at y'all, and I just say bye.
It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place. You're right. You were right.
Our research found a published report of a similar story.
Yes, it was.
A similar story happened to a young man in the Pacific Northwest about 20 years ago.
It happened. A similar event took place. You're right again. You're right. It happened. You were correct. It's fact. It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
Bye.